Welcome to Hustle Class. It's your boy Jermaine.
You know me, Eon Slow Stroking.
Yes, we out here. Good week. The market did its thing, up and down. And we also have phase two, starting very soon for a lot of states in the U.S. But there's also rumors of a potential second wave, as a lot of states are seeing new highs in new cases, across the board. So it's getting a little tricky, um, you know. So yeah.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's definitely like a lot of the cases situation. And
mhm.
another thing that I was looking into was, with the second wave, and some people are already in their second wave currently. Like Maryland, we've been in our second wave for like 2 weeks now. So
Second phase.
phase.
Phase, yeah.
My bad.
And
I
said
was like,
wave
I said
like,
second wave
like
already.
dang, y'all
I
really.
haven't heard. Share the good news, my brother.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not good. That was my mistake. But the
Hmm.
second phase of opening and coming out into public. But as I was saying, yeah, like Maryland, we're in our second phase
Hmm.
of getting back to normal. But
Yeah.
phase three starts this no
Maybe Monday,
phase no
right?
phase two.
Starts Monday.
No, phase two started like 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
but phase 2.0 started today at 5 p.m.
Okay.
So now you're allowed to actually eat inside of restaurants and things like that. More stores are opening, but next week they're actually opening up the mall. And by the malls opening, that brings a lot of attention and positive effects on our what would I call it, our retail,
Retail industry. Okay.
established industry, yeah, industries and establishments
Hmm.
that are publicly traded, which I feel like is a I don't know, I'm not a financial advisor, so it's not for me to say now is the time to buy, but
Yeah.
I would definitely say that now is the time to look, because next week, they may have a Fed meeting and there might be a pump. And also with, more states, agreeing to opening up, there may be, a fluctuation, in prices of certain stocks. Not saying that, they're gonna hit the roof, but the higher that joint will go is only dependent on people's interest in that company. Like, oh, Macy's, is finally opening them back up. It's like, dang, I ain't been to Macy's in a minute. You know what I'm saying, like, you hear everybody talk about Macy's. All right, well, I haven't been able to get away from the kids. For people who have kids, for people who
Hmm.
have kids, they probably thinking like they haven't been able to get away from the kids. So we're just gonna go to Dave and Buster's and let them little ones, run off and what I'm saying, do what they gotta do, or Chuck E. Cheese, you know what I'm saying, things like that,
Yeah.
so that the adults can just like
Relax
breathe
a
real
little
quick.
bit.
Yeah, take that breather. So
Yeah, so I mean, I agree that a lot of people are gonna try to go out, but I also feel like a lot of people are still weary of the
of
COVID
course,
thing.
yeah,
So
it is always
you
gonna
know what I'm
be
saying?
people like that.
I don't see it really being like a rush. I see things being open, people not really participating, people kind of just getting out the house, maybe not really actually. There's the need to spend, as we live in a capitalist society, but people actually like having the money to spend because some people are out of work.
Yeah, but that
The
unemployment was
unemployment
decent.
check has been coming in. Hopefully, I mean, they've been taking care of their bills and do have money to use
But
elsewhere.
check this out. All right, let me say this. Let me make you think about it this way.
Cool.
Is it more about what the people are going to do, or is it more about the anticipation of what they could do?
It's gonna be so for the market and for the market, it's gonna be anticipation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we've seen is when you have anticipation and you're finagling your numbers, people start not really rocking with you.
Well, that's fugazi.
So you know what I'm saying. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be tricky because that's why these earnings have been kind of like because people like me like, oh, earnings is gonna be good. So and then earnings happens and then because people know that the earnings numbers aren't necessarily truthful.
Yeah. Well, that's valid. But what I'm getting at is, so I think we touched on this topic yesterday. The economy is what people do. The market is what people plan to do, or the anticipation of somebody actually doing something. You know what I'm saying? So you could have, 100 bottles of orange juice. Like, son, it's hot this morning. All these bottles of orange juices are cold. They cold as I don't know what. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't seen no freezer, refrigerator like it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I know people gonna come drink this orange juice when I tell them I got it out. You know what I'm saying? On the table, it was good.
So is that the
But
anticipation, or is that
that
just?
that's me saying, oh, everybody's gonna come drink this orange juice. You feel me? Because it's cold and it's hot this morning.
Mm-hmm.
People drink orange juice in the morning.
So that's the market.
That's the market. But the amount of orange juice that I have left that people actually consume, that's the economy. You can't fake the economy. You can't fake how much money is going around. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If the money's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. I mean,
Mm.
you can talk up like they could like the Feds. That's what happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Feds talked down. I think it was Wednesday the meeting was, or Tuesday, I forget. But the Fed talked down the market, and the market like fell. But all of this is because of the things that were holding the market up all this time. You know what I'm saying? So the market was being held up by the Fed. Like they pumped money into the market. It's artificially, maintaining it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, but the moment you stop feeding it artificial food, you know what I'm saying, artificial growth, it's not gonna just keep itself up because people at this point they're no longer buying more position. They're waiting for the position to hit a 52-week high or be this world breaking, record breaking, next big thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Mm-hmm.
trying to come up quick,
Yeah.
and that's another thing with like new traders. New traders are pretty much millennials and people slightly around our age. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or younger, older, whatever. But they the mindset of average 20 something year old and 18, 19-year old is to get money as quick as you can
Mm-hmm.
and be able to show for it and then do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not thinking, oh well, let me have this gain of 50%, on everything I do, or 60% gain. Nah, they like, son, let me stack this joint up, see how high I can go, and then I'll cash out. Instead of just being like, well, this can go up, but it also can go down. They don't see the fact that it can go down. They see it going up, and they're like, this joint it can only keep going up. It's only up from here,
Mm-hmm.
like, and that's
Too positive. Too emotional.
yeah, and that's never the case because I
Yeah.
mean, like my dad said, you never know what's gonna happen. Even when you think it's gonna happen, you never know. So
Yeah. That sounds like me today. So I guess you were talking about Tuesday, right? What happened is today, the Fed gave another statement, and so what happened was the market was doing a second crash, basically. Like, it started up pre-market high and then started going low. And then as it was going low, the Fed said, "Oh, we're going to use every tool in our power to make sure that the market doesn't crash." And then it started going up again to close. But yeah, I ended up holding certain positions past close into the weekend because it's like, dang, ain't no telling. So it's kind of like, I went from a bull to a bear. In the market, it's kind of like you just have to abide by what is, and
mm-hmm.
it's not really like what do I want, what can I get out of it. And the Fed pumped it again. So I mean, this time it wasn't a pump; it was more of a statement. But I mean, it stopped at SPY stopped at 300 and it wouldn't go below it. So we was like,
Okay, so that it just stayed acted as that support
yep, it
for
acted
the.
as support, and it was a
Okay.
strong support. Like it hit the joint and
I
bounced
mean,
up.
that's what support
Oh
is. It's
gee,
supposed to hold you up. You know what I'm saying? You got support, you
yeah,
expect to be held up. Like, so that's not bad because that's kind of what's supposed to happen. I mean, you readjust when you see that it breaks support, but when it has support, it just has support. You know what I'm saying? Like UPS had the support for the longest of like it was like 102. 102 was the support, or 101, and it just wouldn't fall, but it didn't fall until this week, and it was at 101, 102 for like, well, not below 101 for like a few weeks. So hey man, it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's why they call it that support joint.
Yeah.
And the
Mm-hmm.
resistance, I mean, you just, you know what I'm saying, even, you know, with our EE backgrounds, you know what I'm saying, with a resistor, you can't, it only allows a certain amount of, you know, power,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, current voltage, you know what I'm saying, to flow. So you can't get this much out of it because it's
Mm-hmm.
holding it down.
Yep. Yep. And so it's crazy. We've seen this weekend. I was in Boeing on Monday. I think Boeing was at like 240.
Mm-hmm.
Came down to 180 in like 2 days.
I told you.
Right, lost 60, lost all this steam, and then it's and then it also kind of stabilized where it was like it got down to like 160, went up to 180, and now it's just in that region.
Mm-hmm.
And so the guy who does, I think there was an analyst, I forget who exactly is, but he's pretty popular. I think he's with CNBC, and he said that what he thinks is going on is, the whales or the bigger guys in the market who actually have a lot of capital to execute and really move things, are doing this thing where they know that a lot of people are entering the market because there's, people can't bet, people can't gamble, people don't have Vegas, people don't have that, so they're taking their money that they would use to gamble for that adrenaline rush and putting it into the stock market. So those people are playing on those new traders' emotions, the Robinhood traders, and are basically, since they have access to pre-market, are hiking up things to make it seem like they're doing well, and then pulling out and letting things just tank, taking their profits. I don't know how realistic or unrealistic it is, but I mean, for him to say that, it was just kind of eye-opening to me. So I was like, moving forward, because I've kind of been on the lagging end. Oh, it's dropping. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
with that in mind, now I'm always gonna try to kind of look at things a little differently. Take sometimes when you look at things, you take in a lot of emotion. Like, oh, I think this based on the knowledge I've gained from like this news article or these group chats I'm in or what everybody's saying. But sometimes I feel like I really have to think, okay, what about the Fed? What
Mm-hmm.
about the whales? Those are
Right.
two things I have to really consider these days that I didn't this week. But I had a couple games. Right now I'm red in a lot of stuff, but I mean it's relative. If things are going, if I'm playing kind of like what I was telling you, if I switched it the right way, tomorrow should be a really good week for next week should be a really good week for me.
That's good. I
You know.
mean, I don't know what you meant by this. Excuse me. I don't know what you meant by the switcher part, but
Oh yeah, I mean like instead of me chasing what's going on, me kind of trying to play ahead, which I mean is
you
not
can't.
impossible, but you
Like,
know what I'm
I
saying.
mean, I feel like with the way that it is right now, you can't play ahead unless you're waiting for some news to come out, or unless you get news over the weekend. That's the only way you can really play ahead. I mean, or receiving any news while it's closed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
it,
my strategy for playing ahead is so we know that when things shoot down, right, they kind of have to like bounce up and then shoot again. Like how much the S&P like how much of a hit it took. So that's playing ahead in a sense. Instead of me following, okay, what's going up, what's going down. Look at the full chart. Okay, it did this. It went back up. It's gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Just the natural causality. It didn't go down as much as it should have because it got halted. So right now it's balancing out. That it might have another. And so if I place myself right there, you know what I'm saying? Place my and it's an unpredictable market, but that's just it's a better approach than me saying, okay, when things start going down, then I'm gonna, or when things start going up, then I'm gonna, because either I'm gonna get clapped and I'm gonna be completely wrong, I'm gonna be completely right. It's not gonna be like I'm chasing it. So I'm right, but I'm late. Oh, I'm wrong, but I'm late. It's gonna be like I got ahead of the game and I got max, or I missed it and I got clapped completely. So
hmm yeah, I get
that's
that.
just how
That's cool.
Are you in the market next week? How you feeling?
I
What are you
have
focused on other
calls for
things?
next week. I mean, as far as the market, I didn't even trade. I didn't trade yesterday or today. I bought some. I bought like 10 shares of some like one or two stocks like pre-market, but I didn't even get to look at my Robinhood or my TD stuff like in the last 2 days, like because I was, I had work to do, and then I had to, that travel that I had to do, so I didn't get to do anything. But no,
I guess it's good. It was highly like highly volatile. So I mean, I I was able to make some bread, but also it's easy to take a quick hit when you know what I'm saying you when boring goes to nothing and then comes up. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, okay, people who puts on Boeing at 160, now it's back at 180. It's like,
Yeah, and plus I
you know what I'm
learned
saying? Stuff
to
like that.
not do things every day. I learned that it took a lot of discipline, but I finally mastered that joint to where like I just don't have to. I don't have the urge or the the void that compels me to make a transaction every day
Mm-hmm.
in my account. So I mean, if it's something that I feel really good about and have knowledge on, I'll do it. But if it's something like I'm just like, dang, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today?
You just
If
do
I gotta
something.
keep doing something, if I gotta keep asking myself that, what am I
Mm.
gonna do today? Then, oh, like if somebody asks me, so what are you doing today? I'm just like, I don't. If I have to say, I don't know, then I probably won't do anything unless like something spontaneous that I feel like is assuring comes to mind. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I've saved a lot of money on that because I mean I could have easily put like however much money I wanted to put in my account and bought on dips and things like that. Just like, oh, let me buy these dips, lower my average. Like, I mean, yeah, that could have been cool. I definitely could have lowered my average on a lot of things, but my averages are fine. Like,
It's
I have
good.
confidence in my position, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not worried that I'm losing money. Like, my account is down like maybe like 4,000, maybe 6,000 right now. It's down by $6,000, but I mean, I'm not in anything that I feel like, oh well,
I gotta get out of it,
this
or
is life threatening. No, I mean, it'll go up. Like my dad said, that joint go up and down. If it goes up, it goes down. If it goes down, it goes up. Like, I mean, son, it's that's literally what it is. It's just like different wavelengths and signals and frequencies, all that. So I'm not too worried.
okay. And so one something that is has been said is the reason why it tanked is because of second wave of COVID and lockdown and shutdowns and stuff. The fear of that, like as we're saying,
But
speculation.
people have been fearing that all this time. But you know what I'm saying, with the global, things that have been going on, such as the protests
Mm-hmm.
and it was something else, but all the other things that kind of distracted people from the virus. You know what I'm saying? That joint, and it's crazy. This whole podcast, like since we started together, episode 2, the virus has always been a topic, but
Mm-hmm.
people seem to have forgotten that the virus was there because they found something
Else to focus on.
that meant more to them than what I'm saying than worry about their own life or what I'm saying or whatever. Not saying that that's bad, but I mean it's cool. Sometimes it's good to just like
Focus
get
on
yourself out
something
of
else.
captivity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Put your
but
mind on something else.
yeah, but so when people started to not care about what I'm saying, I feel like sometimes what I'm saying, the government, not so much they want to put fear in our hearts, but they want to remind us that, son, there's still something going on. And if we're not handling it right, what I'm saying, we've already put into place because the businesses can't really sustain anymore, like shutdown. Like businesses are on the, what I'm saying, on the verge of like either throwing in the towel or accepting another loan. It's either one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Not many have the option in between.
Mm-hmm.
So by them like, let me think where I was getting to. So by them, saying, all right, well, we got to make sure like that y'all are doing the right thing. We got to make sure that y'all are being safe because if those businesses can't open because we have another shutdown, then what are we gonna do? Like, then the economy really is gonna be trash. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, what is, in your opinion, how is there going to be a major second wave, or they're going to find a way to sustain it, or
Son,
things are going to
no,
stay open?
they not. I mean, because by the time, all right, you could find a cure today,
Mm-hmm.
but that cure still has to be processed through so many approvals, like and things like that. Like you got to test that type of stuff for like months, a
Mm-hmm.
year. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you gonna give me a cure that
Things take
could kill
time.
me next week
Yeah,
instead
things
of
take time.
killing me today.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it's like, dang, do I rather die today or next week? I
Mm-hmm.
don't like. You really gotta think about it. Like, But it's like, I mean, yeah, you want to live till next week instead of today, but son, at that point, what's the difference? Like, and then it's gonna cost a lot. That you gotta figure out how much the insurances are gonna be able to pay for, and how much that pharmaceutical company is gonna be willing to sell it for. Even if the government's like, oh well, we own this cure because we nah, you still gotta they still gotta have
Pay.
that settlement agreement for that pharmaceutical joint. But I mean, there's so much involved with it.
Hmm. So I think, in my opinion, kind of like you're saying, things are still gonna have to continue regardless of whatever pops off or whatever might because right now like the whole thing is like the spiking in new cases, and it's like nothing is always reported, like data is whatever, but that's like the current fear. And I kind of agree with you. Like, I mean, businesses and stuff need to survive, and you know things are gonna have to get handled. Business is gonna have to continue. But I think the anxieties attached to it are definitely still going to affect the market, because that's just the state of the market. Like we're saying, it's all about hype and speculation, mostly. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, and I guess we can talk about the reaction of everything after a week, after however long, to see
Yeah, for sure.
how
I
things
mean,
happen.
definitely my main thing is like protect your money at this point. Like
Hmm.
for
Cash is
those,
king.
mm, I don't know. It's my thing is like if you have like investments that you are already into. When I say investments, I mean like shares and positions, things like that. Don't just sell the joint because it's dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what the intention is. They want you to sell that joint because all that money, the money that you lost, goes somewhere. It has to go somewhere. Like, who does it go to? I have no idea. But the money you lose goes somewhere. So it's like, all right, well, just save your shares. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really like the company, buy some. But don't overspend. You know what I'm saying, on the down part of the market, because you don't know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that type of connection to be able to be like, son, what's really going on? Oh, okay, I thought so. Okay. No, we don't have that. So we don't really know what's going on. Like,
Hmm.
we make our assumptions, do the bit of research that we do, and and think what we think.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely protect your money, you know what I'm saying? Protect your positions. Don't feel the need to sell. If you are invested in good companies, they're probably not gonna go out of business. They probably just going, they might go bankrupt. If they declare bankruptcy, that does not mean that they're shutting down. That just means that they declare bankruptcy, like
Hmm.
Hertz did. But they're still being traded. They still selling cars. They still running cars and trucks and trailers and all that. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's my thing. That's
All
it for
right,
me.
bet. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Next week, I'm in. The things I'm focused on are TLT, VXX, Spy. McDonald's was tanking heavy. I'm in that, and I'm green even through the weekend. I'll be green because that's just how things are looking. So yeah, that's the stuff I'm in. He say he might look at it next week. He's in
Yeah,
some
man.
plays. You say he was in some plays. You want to talk
Yeah,
about it, or you good?
definitely my baby Avis, which is car, UPS, my queen UPS, and what else do I have? Oh, I definitely have Spy, and
Okay. Call.
yeah,
Okay.
most Spy put, but
You say you have spot put.
yeah, like four of 'em. I've had them for a while,
Okay.
and
That's tough.
and I think that's about it. So I mean, I probably have more going on in there, but I'm not eager to look at anything right now. I mean, I'll see it when I see it, and that definitely the Genius stuff, Genius Brands.
Yeah.
But I'll see that joint when I see it. So, and Genius has their launch on
Mm.
Monday, so I'm kind of curious to see how that's gonna play out. I know the launch. I don't know. I think a week after launch, things that people probably gonna oh, well, goddamn, I don't know. It might not. I don't know, but they just started allowing people to trade options on Genius this week, so.
Wow. Okay.
So I was gonna do some options, but I was like, son, nah, cause that joint gets spike and I'll lose everything I have. So I want to keep it at least till I have some idea of what's gonna happen with it.
Are the premiums expensive?
A little bit. Not really. They're not bad, but they
They enough to make you reconsider.
they're enough to like dang, oh they paying out. All right, cool.
Yeah, I will stay away from Genius. I will not. I will not do that this week. I'm gonna let E give me the, give me the summary, give me the runaround, and then.
Got you. Yeah, but that's it on my end, son.
Well, it has been dope. We will definitely be in contact with you guys next
Thanks
week.
for listening. Hit me up
Yes.
on Instagram if you need me.
Yes, Instagram at it's Eon. And Gmail, eonbryan@gmail.com.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the notes. Me, Hustle Class on Instagram or hustleclass@gmail.com if you want to email me. And yeah, we'll talk to you later. All right, peace.
Bye.